Alright, so Logan Paul got dismantled. So today we're talking about Logan Paul and how he recently got a video made about him by More Plates, More Dates. Again, basically breaking down dehydration and hydration and how his drink basically, Logan Paul's drink basically sucks, and it's pretty intense. Logan Paul had talked some smack to Derek from More Plates, More Dates, and Derek responded with a 3-hour video. So let's get more into it. If you aren't aware, Logan Paul has been taking quite a few L's lately, with him essentially being dragged through the mud even more than usual, with his fight coming up with the other guy that's been scamming people as well. But this is just the most recent case of him being just dragged through the mud for his Prime drink, right? There's a bunch of people talking about how Prime is pretty subpar as far as hydration goes. Multiple people, experts, now Derek, even not game theory, food theory. Matt Pat from the Theory channels essentially made a video on Prime themselves and why it wasn't quite the right thing for hydration. The basic idea is that the advertising is all wrong for Prime. It shouldn't be advertised as a hydration drink just because of how much it's not really. They also advertise against products that are not even comparable at all, and they just focus on the things that they are better at in one aspect. Like for Gatorade, they advertise, hey, we have no sugar compared to, like, way less sugar than Gatorade, and like way more electrolytes, when Gatorade has a product that's actually better than Prime in these other ways. So but they don't mention that type of Gatorade, right? That's just one example. They're really picky and choosy with who they're actually comparing themselves to. The things that they're advertising doesn't really make any difference in performance. It really just sounds flashy and it sounds good. That's why they focus and harp on these things like sugar and total electrolytes when there's different types of electrolytes and they're totally off balance and everything. Anyways, let's get into the More Plates, More Dates side of the video. I'll basically just be summarizing it here. Obviously he has a 3-hour video. He goes really into depth, crazy about all this stuff. So I would watch this video, see what he has to say. If you really want more of the technical stuff, I'm just going to be giving a quick summary about the whole thing. It starts off with the catalyst for this video that More Plates, More Dates made, which is a kid sending Logan Paul a thank you for Prime because Prime has been helping this kid out. This kid has some sort of medical issue that he needs either a high level of potassium or something to keep him feeling good, and Prime has actually been a good source of this. It's kept this kid actually feeling better. But it sounds like there's actually an underlying medical issue that needs to be treated more than, just having Prime to help supplement his feeling. But that's a lot of what Derek says in his video as well. He goes into how this kid probably has a deficiency of some sort, like potassium, or he's just probably not hydrating enough, and so just getting any sort of fluids in is helping him out. And because Prime tastes good, it's so sweet, this kid's more likely to drink it a lot. And the reason why this matters, this backstory matters, is because Logan Paul reposted this response that he got from his fan, calling More Plates, More Dates a stupid virgin, and that he's wrong, and that all the professionals are wrong because look, it's helping this one kid in this extremely niche circumstance. So he uses this anecdotal story to prove that his drink isn't shit. And don't get me wrong, I don't think it tastes bad. I think it actually tastes good. I did a tier list of the different Prime drinks a few months ago, and they aren't bad. They don't taste bad, but it's just not a hydration drink for like vigorous exercise. Like, that's not the right thing to drink when you're sweating a lot and losing a lot of fluids. There's also a trainer for the UFC that this Prime sponsors a couple of UFC fighters mainly, and their trainer says, no, I'd never use this drink for hydration. I never give this to my guys for hydration because it just doesn't hydrate you to the same level that you would need. Then Derek offers this kid an actual blood panel to get him tested to make sure that he, to try and find out what's actually wrong, the underlying issue, to try and get him treated properly, not just try and slap a band-aid on it with some Prime. And then he starts to go into his analysis a little bit more. He talks about how hydration is bad for you and how the different ratio of electrolytes really matter because your body has a specific ratio, and if you don't get the right ratio of electrolytes, it can actually throw your body's chemistry quite off a lot. It also depends on the type of activity you're doing, how much you're sweating, how hot it is, how much fluids you're losing, how much sodium you usually eat. A lot of different aspects matter. Liquid IV might be good for one thing, whereas Gatorade might be good for another, whereas just water might be okay for something. Also, the reason why Prime isn't good for hydration, if I didn't already touch on this, is it doesn't have the right ratio of electrolytes in the right amounts. So the stuff that you're actually sweating out a lot of, you're not getting it back through the drink. It sucks. You're getting a bunch of extra other electrolytes that your body doesn't even use as much of. So they're able to claim that they have more electrolytes than the next brand because they do technically have more electrolytes, but it's not the right electrolyte. The reason they do this is because it's probably cheaper and it's going to make the drink taste better. If you have a bunch of sodium in your drink, it's going to taste salty, and so they opt for not putting as much sodium in the drink to make it not taste salty, and so it tastes a little bit sweeter and tastes a bit better. Derek also announces that he is pushing out his own drink for like moderate activity hydration, basically competing with categories like Gatorade and Prime and such, which I think is pretty cool. He seems like he knows a lot about what he's talking about, and I use his pre-workout, and the pre-workout's actually pretty good. But overall, that's really what happened as far as Logan Paul and the Derek from More Plates More Dates drama. There's not much more to that as of right now. We'll see where Prime goes and if they keep making these stupid crazy advertisements or not. In the end, it's just another product. It's being advertised for the wrong thing, but who cares really? Hopefully, no one actually gets hurt because they're exercising way too much and drinking way too much Prime and not actually being replenished from it. It's unlikely that that's going to be the case because I feel like people that are doing extreme sports and exercising a lot know what to drink to feel better. They're not just going to reach for a Prime just because it tastes good. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys again, and hit subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.